Hello and welcome to MGP377. I'm Kevin. With me, as ever, there's Sheepdog, Anna, and P-Bug. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 Say hello, P-Bug.
Stop
Tell us
it.
why you're called P-Bug
mean.
now. I'm not being
Sorry?
mean.
It's his name.
That's
Yeah,
not
his
my
new
name.
is he's not going by Pab anymore. He is now P-Bug.
No, I'm not.
I was there in his stream when he was given the name P-Bug.
And I said
he loved
no.
it so much. And Sheepdog, just explain to Pab what happens if someone is called something and protest when I'm around.
I didn't protest about Sheepdog or Steve. I think the issue you've got there, P-Bug, is that if Kevin witnesses a new name be born, it's like a birth certificate. Basically, it happens. Your parents will start calling you. You're basically P-Bug now.
Yeah, I sat there on the screen with it. I left it on the screen like for the chat to say. I was saying, "This is what a bad name this is." Assuming Kev had already left.
No,
if
my ears.
Kev was there,
you were on a different
Sensed
window, but my ears picked up when you mentioned names, and I thought, I better go and have a look, see what's going on here.
I just assumed you weren't there, and if I'd have known you were, I'd have pushed through that dialogue so fast you wouldn't have seen it.
Well, there's the danger of assuming I'm not there. You should always expect
Lurking.
I might be lurking.
Yeah.
See, Pab, now you get to live with the constant. I mean, this is probably explaining some of the anxiety issues I have, but you now never know when your name might change again. Someone could have a slip of the tongue and call you something else, so that's it. That's your name.
And plus, whenever you're having to buy a drink or anything, and they ask you what name you want on your cup, you won't know which one to give.
Yeah, you'll be stuck now. I go Sheepdog Steve, my real name.
You don't have a real name.
I've seen him struggle, so it is true.
I do it when you're not even there. It's ludicrous. I want to say Sheepdog. I'm comfortable saying Sheepdog. When I send I'm the sort of loser who sometimes will text into a radio station if it's free. I'm not an idiot, but because I want something read out. And whenever they read out from Sheepdog, they're like, "That's a great nickname," and I like that. Sheepdog's a great nickname. But I fear that, as I say, one day someone will say something, and then my name will be stolen from me, like so many names before.
Could happen at any moment. Who knows?
It could. But yeah, P-Bug.
That's not that. No.
P-Bug.
It's bad.
Listen to him
bad.
thinking he gets a say.
Well, I'll start calling
P-Bug, I mean.
No.
What are you saying, Anna?
I'm going to call him Pab.
There you go. Thank you,
You're gonna
Anna.
get his name wrong, aren't you?
Yeah. You kept calling Sheepdog Steve, but then you eventually gave up and called him Sheepdog.
Because that's what you told me his name was.
Yeah, you thought that was his real
I didn't
name.
know his name. I had no idea his name was Richard. Not a clue. Not
So
a
you thought
single...
you were being polite by calling him Steve rather than Sheepdog.
You call me Steve when you're being formal. This is my acquaintance, Steve.
Well, how are we all on this fine week anyway? We are, if we're counting days, we're recording this on day 39 of lockdown. So it's being released on day 40.
So what we're
40
on?
days and 40
Holy
nights
hell.
trapped in our houses.
Did you get another calendar in the end?
I had used an advent calendar, but that's long
I'm
since
saying, did you get
finished.
another one though?
No.
Oh, what a shame.
Because I'm doing these daily live streams, I number them every day, so I know what day it is.
But you're not having
it's
chocolate
good
every
point.
day anymore, then.
Nah, well,
Yes,
Anna bought me
yes,
a box,
he is, every
Anna
day.
bought me a box of raisin and biscuit Yorkies, and they're gone.
I'm eating
24
way more
raisin and biscuit
snacks.
Yorkies.
Wow.
It's absurd how many snacks I'm having, and I keep going out. Every time we run out, it's like we go a day or so, and then one of us does a big shop, and it's mostly snacks. I think.
See, my theory
economy
is,
going.
with everyone being stuck at home and working from home and not able to go to the gym and nobody else seeing them, so they don't really care, when this is all over and done, everyone's going to be fat, so it won't matter. That's my theory. As long as I lose weight afterwards at the same rate as everybody else, no one will notice because they're all going to be fat as well. Everyone's just going to be hiding their own bulges and moaning about how these trousers. I haven't worn trousers for 40 days. These used to get past my knees.
Chairs are going to get bigger. Public chairs. They're all going to double in size overnight. And then we'll be fine. Airplanes won't be uncomfortable anymore. The world is going to be a better place.
Yeah,
a fatter
exactly.
place.
If anything, things are going to be more accommodating. No more having to ask for a seatbelt extender. These are all things from the past. Wonderful stuff. But yeah, how are we coping with 39 days trapped in our houses? Obviously, Pab is a fully fledged. Sorry, P-Bug is a fully fledged Animal Crossing addict now.
I'm an official Animal Crossing streamer now. This is what I do now. It was foreign to me streaming another game in the week, and I was like, do I want to do this? I don't know. I'm used to playing Animal Crossing. What do I do to change the stream information? I don't remember. It's been that long since I've played anything different. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Are you going to be invited to Animal Crossing events around the globe now and flown around to do the official...
Flown virtually?
Yeah, you'll be... Well, no, once lockdown ends, you'll be...
Right.
But the thing is, they come out like every 10 years.
Doesn't matter. The Sims has a whole community of YouTubers and streamers around it, and they're only on the 4th game in 30 years. So I think he'll be all right being an Animal Crossing influencer.
Yeah.
It's when Animal Crossing surpasses Football Manager for stream audiences and stuff, and I'm having to start calling Pab Sir. I'm not going to like it.
They won't wait 10 years if it's going to do 5 million in a month like it did.
Yeah, but they can't release an illness every time.
Well, Nintendo could.
If they bring out another one in 2 years and release another virus with it, people will start connecting the two. They can do that trick once and once only.
Yeah. Do you reckon they've been storing it up all this time, like thinking about doing it for Mario Odyssey, and they're like, nah, it'll float.
Mario Odyssey will sell on its own. Animal Crossing's a bit of a risk. We need people to be at home for this one. Sorted.
I think lockdown is starting to make people as socially awkward as me. I had 2 mortifying things happen to me today. I went to the supermarket to buy some food. I got most of the way round, and then realised I didn't have my wallet.
Oh, no.
And I thought, I've got my phone on me. As long as this stays below 40 quid, I'll be fine. I got to the till, and it turns out Tesco's limit's £30. So
Really?
just jettisoned some stuff. Trying to explain why I've got 2 massive bags of sand in my trolley and not enough money to buy them. But then my phone wouldn't connect to their stupid system. Well, I think I just hadn't updated because I got a new phone. I hadn't put my card on it. I had to verify it. That didn't work. So I had to let them wheel my trolley off to customer services while I frantically rang home and asked my wife to send my daughter out. So I stood in the exit yelling over the crowd of people queuing, like trying to get my daughter's attention. Once I'd got her attention, I was like, go round. And she's like, what? And I'm going, just go round. And she's going round, but she's getting confused. And I'm like, not that way, turn. And as I'm shouting, this woman closer to me just starts getting really shirty, and I'm like noticing out the corner of my eye thinking, what is she doing? She's like walking towards me, she's getting annoyed, and then I said, go right. And the woman went, you need to stop talking to me like that. Like, there's no need to shout at me. And she just started laying into me. And all the people around me were like, excuse me, he's talking to his daughter. He's not talking to you. And this woman was not getting it for a couple of seconds. And then she twigged, and we both just died. We were both just like, no. I'm so sorry. She's like, I'm the one in the wrong. I'm like, no, I shouldn't have been shouting in your direction. I should have just... Oh, it was so embarrassing. When my daughter came over and gave me my wallet, I had to go back in, pay like a muppet, just apologise for the massive scene I'd caused at the till, at the exit. And they
probably just went, it's all right, Sheepdog, we know you've been here before.
Yeah, probably.
This is fairly standard. Why were you buying 2 massive bags of sand? That's the most important part of this story.
Well, no, they were on the way in. They just caught my eye on the way in the
But
shop.
why did you buy them?
Because we've got a sand pit that my son likes playing in, but the sand in it's like decades old. I don't know. I think we got it when my daughter was little, and we just carry it from house to house.
Your 40-year-old daughter,
yeah,
decades old sand.
So the other day he was in there, and there's not that much sand in there because it's like a decade old, and he was just throwing it around like a lunatic, and so it's pretty empty. And as I was walking past, I thought, oh, it's sand. It's only like, I can't remember, like 3-4 quid a bag, and I just thought, 8 quid's worth of sand. I regretted that decision when I needed those pennies to count in Tesco's, but I managed to salvage the sand. We're home. It's all good. That's why I ended up in Co-op with my hair all frizzy buying the beer that we were talking about pre-show, where they thought I was a lunatic, because I guess I was so flustered from that. I got in the car and I just thought, I've got my card now. So I went to Co-op and thought, I'm going to just get everything I couldn't get in Tesco's, but at this point, for the listeners' benefit, I didn't realise my hair was in this massive frizz like I'd been electrocuted. Went around the whole shop, did my shop. They looked at me like I was mental. And then when I got back in the car and realised why they were... I just thought they were looking at me funny for, I don't know, because they were socially awkward like the woman in the queue. But it turns out I looked insane. So, yeah, that's the first time I've left the house in like 10 days, and I regretted every moment of it. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to day 60 of lockdown now, I think, because... I'm not ready for the world. I think I've forgotten. The before times are a dream to me now.
My word. Well, should we talk about some video games? Now we've talked about
Sure.
Sheepdog's hair and his sand and his adventures of chopping.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I talked about Total Extreme Wrestling last week, didn't I? So
You did.
I think
Yeah.
I'm probably. I don't think I've played anything new this week. I'm distraught.
You hadn't really played that. You'd built a spreadsheet that you were planning on feeding into the game
That's
eventually.
how you play that game, Sheepdog.
But had you fed it into the game at that point?
What I have done is become the Football Manager World Champion,
Oh, yeah. That was entertaining.
winner of the FM Streamer Showdown on Twitch over the weekend, without doing anything, without picking a team. I got my Twitch chat to pick my squad for me when we did the draft. I then used the preloaded tactic that I use in all my videos and quick pick, and my Twitch chat told me when to make substitutions, and I won the whole thing against all these people who do all the little clicking and adjusting and trying to play
You're
the game.
basically Ex-Fleet United.
Yeah, that's how I sold it to everybody on the Wednesday when we were doing the draft. We were doing a modern version of My Football Club, I think that was called. But what I've also done is kind of proven that everyone who's been playing Football Manager for years has been wasting their time, because if you just press the quick pick buttons and let it play itself, it will be better than you.
I know you made this point, but it did make me feel a bit better, because I hadn't enjoyed the last time I really played it in anger, because I'd kind of watched some of the guys you associate with, and they'd be talking about all these roles and positions and things that they were working on, and I'd be thinking, like, I kind of vaguely know where the players play for Spurs, so when I'm like Maidenhead or something, I kind of set up like that and shift it a little bit if I haven't got anyone that, you know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, they're all in their really light green position, they're all 100% used to that position, let's go. And it seems to work, but I feel like a massive fraud when I'm just rising up the leagues. Yep, it's all good, I'm doing great, brilliant, and they're there putting these people in these special so I'm relieved.
I've argued for years that stuff wasn't necessary, and it was very, very satisfying to prove it.
It's still fun tweaking the training and stuff like that, but you never even do that, do you, normally? I know in this tournament you wouldn't have.
No.
I always
Training
set
is for
myself
losers.
I set myself the target of having like a 5-star training person in every area, even if I'm like tier 5 or whatever the lowest would be, just to make sure that, I'll leave a legacy that everyone's well trained, even if I cripple the club financially. But it was very entertaining seeing you do it. You were lucky that you got an own goal in the first leg of the final. I kept trying to make that point in the chat. It was like you hadn't scored any goals on your own, and then suddenly you just smashed in. What was it, 3? You won like 5-2, didn't you?
We won on penalties in the end.
Oh yeah, sorry, God,
In the final.
Yeah,
The semi-final, it was a big win. It was like
That's
6
it,
or 7-0 in the semi-final.
Yeah, but I didn't think you were going to win on pens, especially just auto picking your penalties.
That was my favourite part, though. My theory was I've just got to deadpan the whole thing, try and look as calm as possible, and like I don't care. And I can't pick my penalty takers if I'm trying to make it look like I don't care. I've just got to go with the theme that I've set up for myself. I never expected to get to the final. So
every round you made, you'd already won. Do you know what I mean? You got to the quarters, you got to the semis, whatever it was. You know, the fact you were there, you're in the final 4, you'd basically overachieved. Yeah, you were laughing. There was no pressure, whereas there was a lot of pressure on them on Benji to beat you, because if he lost, what does that make him?
Makes him a loser. That's what it makes him.
Are you doing any more tournaments anytime soon?
We will be doing another one. I can't. I'm under an NDA for when the next one is, but it will be soon, and I will defend my crown and be crowned champion again. because I am the greatest Football Manager player who's ever lived. And for the next little while, that's official. Greatest Football Manager in history. I might get that put on a T-shirt.
If you win the second tournament, that's unbearable.
Imagine. If I win the second one, there's going to be people having strokes. I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to be responsible for some people's brains melting.
I bet they're tweaking the rules furiously.
Oh, they absolutely have. I mean, again, I can't spoil how the rules have been tweaked, but we had a little bit of a discussion about it the other night, and there's one new rule in particular that I've already dubbed the anti-Kev rule, because basically the way I did it. You've read the 4-Hour Work Week, haven't you? I Tim Ferrissed this tournament.
Yeah,
because the rules were that you got a £500 million budget and you had to pick a 23-man squad. So everyone else picked 23 decent players. I picked 11 really good players, 3 really good substitutes, and then a load of £100,000 youth team players to fill out the rest of my squad. So my players who actually played were much better than everybody else's. I found a loophole in the rules and I Tim Ferrissed it. And
that's basically how Spurs play every season, to be fair, mate. But
well, no, because Spurs don't have better players than everyone else in their first 11, but I did, because I could have Van Dijk and Mbappe and all of these. And so I'm not going to be able to do that this next time. There's new rules that's going to make it harder for me to do that. So I need to find another way to Tim Ferriss the next tournament.
You'll find it.
Oh yeah, I'm already thinking of a way round. Just outthink them outside of Football Manager. While they're all thinking about tactics, I'm thinking of a way to cheat legally.
I mean, they did have extra streamers being their assistant managers and stuff, which was
and downloaded set piece tactics and all sorts. They had every edge. But Kev is the champion, the greatest Football Manager player in history. Huzzah.
So I played a new release this week.
My word.
I must admit, I only played it because it was on Game Pass, and people kept mentioning it. I was like, oh, crikey, I just didn't even know it was coming out. I hadn't prepared myself for it. But Streets of Rage 4. Oh. I absolutely...
People keep asking me about this. Have I played it? And I didn't know it was a thing.
Did you play the ones on the Mega Drive growing up?
No. Well, maybe a little bit, but I don't think I ever had them, so I just played them around friends' houses.
See, I was chatting to Claire earlier as I was smashing a police officer's face in, and I said to her, would you ever dream of letting our children play this game? And she kind of just laughed and was like, no. And I said, well, I got this for my 7th birthday.
I got this when we got our Mega Drive for Christmas. Yeah.
I was like, I got my Mega Drive. It might have been Christmas actually that year, but I got my Mega Drive with the 3 set, the Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and Revenge of Shinobi.
Yes, the ninja game.
Yeah. And so I played the heck out of this, and it was like absolutely one of my favourite games as a 7-8-year-old. I was terrible at it. I used to be able to get to the last boss and then just not be able to beat it.
Yep.
But when I loaded this game, it was insane. Like, I think most of the people who play this for nostalgia are thinking, God, I remember being like 14, 15, 16, 20, 25. I'm there thinking, I remember being a 7-year-old in my mum and dad's living room, my little sister playing with her Barbies as a 5-year-old at the time, and my cousins joining in, playing the game with me. I'd always be Blaze, the lady character.
Red hair.
The red suit and that. And I'm looking at it now thinking, I was 7 and I thought she was fit. That's not. I don't think my 7-year-old thinks like that. I'm sure he probably does. Probably all 7-year-olds do. But I remember specifically thinking she was awesome. And I'm as bad at this game as I was then. I don't think my skills in it have improved at all. It is rock hard. I put it on normal mode thinking... The modes went from easy, normal, hard, very hard, manic. And I thought, well, I'll go for normal because that's one above the bottom. Surely, as a person who played... I played 1 and 2. I didn't play 3. But, I know what I'm getting into. And it absolutely handed my backside to me. I think I failed the first level sort of 4 times before I got to the end of it. I'm disappointed that it doesn't have the press a button, goes back to the start of the level, fires a rocket into the sky thing, that Streets of Rage was always famous for. That was always my favourite thing as a kid, just being able to press that button and watch them get bazookaed off the level. But instead of that, you now can press a couple of buttons and do like a special move that your character's got specific to them. You can collect stars throughout the level that give you an extra kind of special move. It's too hard for me. I'm enjoying it immensely, but it's way too hard for me. My process at the moment is play the level and die immediately, play the level and die a little bit later, reach the end of the level and die, and then accept the offer to raise the lives from 3 lives to 5 lives and be given all the extra boosts. And then somehow I managed to do it first time in that and finish the level with 4 lives left. It's absurd. Like, every time I've accepted their offer to lower my score, take extra lives and whatever, I've suddenly smashed it. So I've done that with the first 2 levels. I got into the 3rd level earlier, which is on a boat, and I only played a little bit of that, but it makes it sound like I've barely played it, and I've been playing it. It came out yesterday, and I've probably put 3 hours into it, and I'm just terrible at it. Like, it said that it took me 10 minutes to do the level today, and I thought, that was a bloody long 10 minutes. Like, my kids went to bed, and I basically played it until we sat down to record at would have been 9:30. And it told me, yeah, that took you 10 minutes, Sheepdog. And I'm thinking, no, it didn't. It took me 2.5 hours, you cheeky bugger. But I love it. Normally, I think that would drive me nuts. If you told me to go play, like, I don't know, a Skyrim and repeat the same thing over and over again, it would make me feel ill. But I was quite happy just going through this again and again. I'm really frustrated with myself that I keep going into levels and there'll be like 20 people, or whatever, it'll be like 5 people, sorry, because it's 20. It'll be 5 people all beating the crap out of me. And I accidentally, and I can't help myself, I knock a barrel, there's a turkey in it, I eat the turkey, and then I deck the people, and then I'm like, oh, I've only got half my health. And I think, if I'd have left the turkey on the floor, decked everyone, and then ate it, all would have been fine. That's where I'm going wrong. I can't leave a turkey on the floor when I know it's there for eating. That's always
been your problem.
It has. I found in the settings, this is how woke they are. I was able to change that turkey into a bowl of salad. So that's what it is now.
Nice.
You can change the apple into a croissant as well if you really want to. But I thought, no, I'll keep it vegetarian. I know croissants are vegetarian as well, Pab. I'm not stupid. But yeah, it's very good, very clever, very cool. One of the second level's in a police station, and like the cops are decking other people around you, and then they're trying to deck you, and then they've got a taser on them trying to tase you, and they've got a special like energy shield thing that you can't get past unless you hit it enough times. It's very clever, very cool. But it plays exactly like the old ones, and you can also set it to have the old music as well if you want to and stuff like that. This is fantastic. Damn it, I kept reading the name because it shows me the bloody name of the company that make it every time I have to restart it. And I was going to say they've done an amazing job. Yeah, it was Lizard something as well, I think.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I can't think of the name either.
Yeah, I even tried to. I kept calling my wife it because I wanted to remember it, but that didn't go down well. But they've done an amazing job. I feel like I'm a sucker for these Mega Drive Master System games being remade, like Wonder Boy the other month when I was playing that, and I'd like to see them do. I'd like to see them do Golden Axe and Revenge of Shinobi next, because then I can have the full trio and relive my pre-teen years as a gamer, which seems mental when I'm punching the face off of a police officer. But yeah, I really need to question.
These days are playing Grand Theft Auto. It's no different.
I don't know that they are, though, are they?
They are, Sheepdog. They really are. But you were a teacher for a brief while. Year 7 kids have all completed GTA 5 and play it online all the time. They all play Call of Duty.
11's a bit older than 7.
I never taught the younger kids than that. I assume it goes all the way down.
Like, we keep getting emails home that Fortnite exists, or I got an email the other day saying that some of the students have been using Skype, and I was just like, who cares?
What you've got to remember is the reason your kids don't get to play GTA is because you are a gamer and you know what GTA is.
Yeah.
But your parents didn't, and loads of other kids at school, their parents don't know anything about games. So as far as they're concerned, games are for kids. If it's a game, of course they can play it. It's a game. They're for kids.
I remember my dad getting me Mortal Kombat, Doom, and Duke Nukem 3D, and I would have been. I think I was about 9 when he got me Duke Nukem. I reckon he thought I was gay, and he just thought we'll see. I played that a lot. Doom, I don't really get why he let me play that. Again, like you say, they must just have not known. But yeah, it's absurd, and I just every time I'm punching someone, I'm thinking I can't believe I've been playing this for nearly 30 years. Like 3 years' time, it'd be 30 years since I first played one of these games, and that's too long to have been playing Streets of Rage, surely, like to have known that as a thing. But anyway, yeah, it's awesome. It's on Game Pass. It is also on Switch and PS4, and I don't know about PC, Pab, you'll probably know.
Yes, and it's Lizard Cube Sheepdog.
That was it. Yeah.
So you kept calling your wife Lizard Cube.
Yeah, only to try and remember it. Well, I kept saying to her, didn't they call you Lizard Cube? And she'd be like, shut up. Just leave me alone. But yeah, it's good. Go play it, especially if you got Game Pass. If you haven't got Game Pass by now, you really should have it. It seems like such an obvious. I mean, especially when you look at PS Plus this month was terrible. It's like City Skylines and Farming Simulator are the 2 games on PS Plus. Whereas when I was getting Streets of Rage 4, I also got I can't even say it. Piku Niku. Is that right?
Yeah.
I got that for Ollie because he keeps playing Minecraft and Roblox and going into just rage all the time about how stupid they are, and I can't stay alive in them. So I was like, "This looks." Is it Piku Niku?
Piku Niku, yeah, I think so.
Piku Niku. But I was like, this looks tame, this looks calm, this looks good. And he loves it. Yeah. He loves it so much. And I love the music in it.
It's good. It is good.
Helping him out. I was beating some random monster at basketball on it. Because, I mean, again, normally I think he would probably have raged a bit at losing again and again and again. Because the monster kicks you and kicks the ball away from you and stuff. But he was just like, have a go at this. Help me through it. And then he kept telling me I should have watched, because we were watching Space Jam the other day on Netflix, and he was like, you should have paid more attention to Space Jam, Dad, every time I missed. But I got him through it, and then he's been loving it, and that's been kind of filling our days at the moment, because he's down tools at school, so I'm trying to find other things to entertain him, and this was a good one. It was just really impressed. And again, Game Pass saves the day. I ended up getting couple of other games we haven't actually played, but it was like a delivery one on there where you've got to try and deliver stuff. It reminded me of Crazy Taxi. One where you... Sorry?
So you said this. You said at the start of this, I've played a new game this week on Street Pass. I was writing down what I thought you would be playing, which would have been Gears Tactics.
Do you know what? I didn't get it. I was going to get it. It sounds really cool. Have any of you played it?
Yeah, I have. I got a free copy from Microsoft like the day before to have a look at it, and it's like XCOM but Gears of War.
Awesome. I'll get that then.
Yeah,
I freed up some space. Any more? How big is it? Do you know how big? I only ask because I've got about 20 gig spare now. So
I don't know. I had it on Steam. But it's Gears of War but XCOM like. And you can still do your brutal chainsaw takedowns if the enemies are in certain conditions and range. Yeah. So like if you hit down their health, they'll fall on the ground, and then you can take a move that will give you an extra point of movement if you go and chainsaw them or hit like run at them with I can't remember what the other one's called. No, with the knives on the end.
Bayonet type.
Yeah, you can run up them and stab them, but I do like chainsawing the people because I think that's fun. But yeah, like I've only played the very first act because I was working and I just had a break. And
I love tactics games. They're always
I never thought I did, but then when XCOM came out, I was like, I like this. And then when like Divinity Original Sin came out, I'm like, I like these games. And
have you ever played Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yes, a long time ago. I didn't like it because I didn't quite understand it, but this was like on a DS. This was long ago. I remember it, and I got onto this pyramid bit, and I just got stuck, and then I never went back to it. But nowadays, love tactic games.
Yeah, especially if they look as cool as this. I saw some pictures of this one, and it does look very shiny and clever.
It is like what I could see was nice, but because I had it on our really old screen, our monitor, it didn't look great. But it was because our drivers need updating and stuff. So, but what I've seen after that on videos and stuff, it does look really good and gory and stuff. But yeah, it's Gears of War, but put down onto a tactical map, and it works. Like,
does it have a horde mode alternative, like a version at all?
Like I said, I only had an hour on it, so I haven't been far into it. But I know you can grow your team. You start with 2, and when I finish what I was doing, it says let's go and get our teammates. So I'm guessing you get a bigger group of a team that all have different abilities. So the 2 I had in, I had one was like he had like the frag grenades and stuff that harm people, while your other person had grenades that you would put on yourself for health and stuff. So it's got all different things, and you have to work it out. But yes, it's good. You should get it. I didn't know it was on Game Pass. I just didn't know, and I'm glad it is, and I will play that again because I like tactic games, and I like Gears of War, obviously.
Cool.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Splendid.
Right.
Come on then, P-Boy.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It feels like you've got something major you want to get off your chest,
Me?
P-Bug.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We're all
Just gotta
waiting
collect
with
his
bated
thoughts.
breath. We're like, what's he about to lay down on us?
Nothing. I mean,
By the way, in his Twitch bot claims this is his podcast. He's got a little automated message that comes up in his Twitch chat. Listen to Pab's podcast.
Because
you told him it was his podcast, and he edits it.
Yes, to be fair, that is also true. I didn't want to say that in stream at the time, but yes.
That's beside the point.
Yeah. No. I got a new VR headset this week.
Oh yeah, you did. I saw you tweet about that.
Yeah.
Has it made you feel sick at all?
I abused you about it.
I hadn't planned it. There was zero.
How do you not plan to buy VR?
Because they're not in stock anywhere ever. And then I just happened to peruse Amazon once, and it was there, and I just literally put it in basket immediately.
What one have you bought?
The Oculus Quest, the 128 gig version, which is not.
How much does one of these cost, Pab?
£500.
Jesus, Pab.
How much?
500.
Anna shouted over you. 500, you say?
Yeah. I didn't. I was planning on getting the 400 version, which is the 64 gig version.
See, Pab, I can make myself vomit with my fingers. I don't need to spend 500 quid to do that.
Well, I don't get sick on them, so it's not been an issue for me so far. But
yeah, but don't you need room to use these things?
Well,
or is that the other one?
But yes, but the Vive and the original Rift, well, you need like the sensors and whatever. You don't need sensors for this one. This one.
Did you get the groinal attachment?
Not yet. That's an optional extra, Sheepdog. That's out of stock at the minute. You can't get hold of them for love nor money. But this one, the Oculus Quest, does not require a PC.
Wow.
So it's completely wireless.
That must run hot, surely.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, I wouldn't know, Sheepdog, because it's on my face. I don't know. I don't really...
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't you feel it on the back of your head or something?
I've run it through a full battery, like last night and today, and it didn't feel like it was melting my face or anything.
But it's not the middle of summer, is it? So
well,
then.
Yeah, but I mean, I can do it. I can do it outside. I can do it outside if it's.
So are you holding like a controller in your hands, moving around while you're just sitting?
It comes with like two whatever they're called, like the grip controllers, whatever they are. They got more buttons on them than the move controllers on the PlayStation VR and the the original Vives and all this sort of thing. So it's got more like grip, different. There's more like movements within like the grip and whatever. So you can grip. It's like one button that grips like the bottom 3 fingers, and then there's one that grips the trigger finger. And then I think you can move the thumb with the analog sticks. So there's a lot more movement. If like I say, a lot of games generally the analog sticks refer to as hands, So yeah, there's a lot more stuff with that. It's clever, and the reason I got the reason I wanted this one is because you can do that stuff where it's completely wireless, and it is pretty much the same thing as having a Rift S or a Valve, whatever it is, the Index or the Vive or whatever. So it's connected up to a PC. But this one, you can connect it up to a PC and it behaves exactly like one of those. So it becomes a full-fledged VR headset powerhouse with all the... If you've got a powerful enough PC, you can run anything on it.
How many adult films have you watched on it since you got it?
No, I mean, I've had it for 24 hours, Sheepdog. I've not had a...
So 7 or 8 then.
I've not had a chance to do anything like that, Sheepdog.
He'll report back next week.
Yeah, I want a full report, Pab. I'm pretty sure. I've heard on the grapevine there's a full library of VR specific content.
That doesn't surprise me.
Are you serious? There's VR. I'm so naive. There's VR porn out there.
Yeah.
Kevin, it is. There is nothing more frustrating than accidentally clicking a video that's VR and it just messing up your iPad.
You what?
It's all wrong. Doesn't look right at all.
I'm so confused.
Because it thinks he's... Oh, I'm not even going to explain. So, yeah. So, you Googling it?
Just see some really dodgy music start up in Kev's...
So, yeah. I mean, I've not done much with it, to be fair. I've just been impressed at the fact that, like I say, I can just take it anywhere now. And just so I've not got room in here to do it. See what I mean? I've not got room in here to do what I want to do. I take it downstairs. I take it into the dining room where I've got room. I can take it into the back garden. I've got room.
You're watching porn in the back garden.
All I kept thinking was his family trying to have dinner while he's just there. How much room does he need?
I don't think you need the room for the VR porn stuff, because it's just the video, isn't it? But I mean, if it's room scale VR that you want, then
this might be a good investment in terms of like if we can't go to big events for a while, you could end up being able to go to like live gigs through the headset, football matches.
There's an app for that sort of stuff, for live events. Yeah, there
Pretty
is.
sure Wembley and the newer stadiums like the Spurs Stadium are set up for that kind of thing. I don't know whether Bolton would have something in
Probably
place
not.
for
No,
it.
probably not.
But I keep asking my mate, because he works for Sky, I'm like, when are Sky going to start getting on this properly, getting some... they've only got a couple of hundred small cammers around each big
Well, they did it
stadium
at the World Cup, didn't they? Not Sky, but BBC had a VR app on PSVR, and you were sat in like a box pretty much.
Imagine if all the players had to have a dot in the middle of their head with a little camera on it, and you could just see the game from like Harry Kane's point of view, the whole game.
Little camera on him, yeah. It's just
he just keeps looking right as the goals are being scored. You're like, damn it, Harry! I wanted to see it go in.
Yeah, it is a. Yeah, it's
you were shouting at during the porn as well, Pab.
Oh my word! But anyway, that's it. I've had my eye on them for a long time, and because the PSVR has kind of just packed up on me and it just doesn't work anymore, I was like, I want something to like. I want an excuse to do like exercise with it. So I want to do like Beat Saber and like Space Pirate Trainer and all these other games that are like good for exercise. But there's also the thing of Half-Life Alyx as well, which I have. So we'll get to that probably next week.
Have you played much of it, or are you just...
I have pretty much... I've not really played much at all. I played a game... Well, I played an app called Wander, which is pretty much like Google Earth, and you can just go wherever you want. Just literally go to Google Earth and just have a look. Just wherever... You know what I mean? Just put a pinpoint on the map, and it just takes you to there, wherever on Google Earth it is, and yeah, you just have a look around and be amazed at all these different. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want. And that's pretty much all I've done. I've loaded a couple of different games up, but nothing that I can really speak to as of yet. Yeah, I will come back to you on Oculus Quest stuff next week, because I need a special cable to be able to connect it up to the PC for it to actually work with PC stuff. So that's coming on. That's coming over the weekend. So I'll get back to you on that one when it's hopefully next week we'll have something to talk about regarding that stuff.
You're just trying to avoid porn again, aren't you?
I mean, it's one of you hoovering in the background.
No, that's the PlayStation.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, I need a new one.
Should probably get a new one. To
be fair, my Xbox did an update last night while I was... I thought I was downloading Streets of Rage, and suddenly the disc in it was just... It sounded like it was going to take off. I don't know what was going on. I took the disc out in the end and just put it away. I was like, right, there's no disc in there now. I feel like they're just... I suppose they're probably pushing them so far, they're just all falling apart. But you've got quite a new one, haven't you? Your PS4?
No, this is like 3-4 years old now.
God, I'm losing track. I feel like you only bought one like a year ago.
No, it took me 2 years to pay it off, so... No, it's very old. It's getting old now, and because it's a Pro, it runs hotter, I guess.
I've just realised, well, I say realised, I've just seen a tweet from Sega. You can co-op Streets of Rage 4-player.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Which I had absolutely no idea. I mean, there's 5 people in this stream, so actually I'm a bit confused as to how they're doing that, because there are only 4 characters. Maybe one of them's a commentator, but yeah, interesting, because I'm so bad at it. That's probably why. Maybe I'm supposed to be playing it with other people. But no, that's awesome.
What else have I played? So last week I also played a new game that came out last week, end of last week. I've got Predator Hunting Grounds.
Why?
I got caught up in a lot of hype last weekend, and I was bored. I kind of like it, to be fair. So it is from the people who made the Friday the 13th games.
Yep.
It is them. It's them who made that. So you have like the asymmetrical multiplayer where you have one person being the baddie, and then 4 or 5 other people.
So like Evolve.
It is kind of like Evolve.
Yeah.
And I loved Evolve. I really liked Evolve. It's a shame it didn't get as big as it could have been. So you can either play as the Predator or one of 4 soldiers, and it's more than I'd say. It's an evolution, not to use a pun, of the Friday the 13th game, in the sense of, I feel like Friday the 13th game, I never played it, but I watched streams of it at the time, and one person was what's he called? Was it Jason? I don't remember who it was. Anyway, whatever it was. One of them was the baddie, and basically used to run around and get enough items to get out of the camp or whatever it was. So this game, the soldiers have like a mission. There's a mission going on in the game, so you've got to do like these 3 objectives. So you've got to like go to a place. That's, for example, the mission I was doing. Like, you've got to get the intel off a laptop, and then you've got to go into like this guerrilla base in the jungle, and there's just enemies everywhere. You've got to kill all these AI enemies and get the information off the laptop. You then take that laptop. You've then got to take it to be uploaded somewhere, but you've also got to then destroy the jammers that are jamming the signal. So you've then got to destroy the jammers, then go and upload it. So meanwhile, all these AI enemies are coming in, running in, killing. You're killing all them at the same time, as well as the real person Predator running around trying to kill you at the same time. So there's like a whole thing of like you've got to do this mission while you got this person trying to kill you as the Predator, and I quite enjoyed it for what it was. The load times to get into a game, if you're a soldier, is less than a minute, because basically everybody wants to be the Predator. I played it on stream at the start of this week, and it was, I think I waited for nearly 8 minutes to get into a game as the Predator. Yeah, so it's not great if you want to be the Predator. When you get to be the Predator, it's pretty cool. It is what it is, what you think it would be. You get the heat vision, you get the cloak, and you get like you get like the laser cannon and all this sort of thing, and you get all different weapons and different things like that. I didn't win as the Predator. So the aim as the Predator is you've got to kill all the enemies, all the 4 players that you're against, the 4 soldiers, and you can't just kill them. You've got to like take the skulls as a trophy. If you just kill them, you don't get the victory. I don't think. I think you've got to physically take the trophy as well. So I did. I feel like I killed. I got my downfall was trying to get the trophies as soon as I killed them, because as soon as one went down, they all came scurrying back to him while I was trying to take the trophy, and I ended up getting killed because of it. You do have the self detonate when you get down. There is an option to self detonate, and then suddenly everyone's got to scramble out of that. There's like a radius on the map that you've got to get out of. You've got like 10 seconds to get out of this radius.
Does he go boom then?
Yeah, he explodes. He explodes. Yeah, it's very much a thing for Predator. The other thing that is very cool when in the Predator film, Arnie like muds up, doesn't he? He gets all the mud. He gets all the mud on him, so the Predator can't see him through heat vision. So, and that is a thing you do in the game. You go to like puddles of mud, and you just kind of just rub, like lather yourself up in all the mud so that you can't be seen in heat vision. Predator's got, like I say, he's got all the abilities. He's got the massive jumps. He can climb trees, so he's in the trees a lot of the time.
Right.
But it's fine. It's like one or none for me in this game. When I've played these, like there's some enemies you'll either win and convincingly win as a soldier, because like the Predator guy is being very timid about it, or he's being super aggressive and just trying to kill you, just like launching in immediately and trying to kill you. And he's like, you're not gonna fight 4 guys off and survive it. You're not gonna do it. You might be able to. So I did it, and I tried just picking people off one at a time, sort of thing, rather than trying to watch them in the trees and just trying to divide and conquer, sort of thing, and just pick them off from a distance, sort of thing. Oh, wait till someone separates from the pack a little bit and then pounce on them. Then. Yeah, I kind of like it, to be fair. I know a lot it's getting slaughtered around a bit, but I've quite enjoyed what I've played, to be fair. So I don't know. I've not had a bad time, but I've enjoyed it this weekend that I've played it, and it's full of customizations and stuff like that. There's loads of like customization stuff in it, so your soldiers can have different outfits. Your Predator can have all different skins and different armors and different weapons and different things like that. There's loads of customization to it. Yeah,
it sounds really cool, but it
is.
I googled it while you were sort of running through it, and people seem really critical of it.
Yeah, it is. I because I've watched like 2-hour-long videos from two different YouTube creators that I've watched, and I'm like, this is amazing. This is really cool.
I was thinking my mates would love it because they're massive Predator fans.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got people to play it with, you know what I mean? Because I've been watching it with like people that are all playing in like not in the same room, obviously, but in like in parties of like four guys and a Predator. So you got 5 people all playing together. I imagine there's a lot more fun when you're playing in a group of people rather than like I was doing, just playing with randoms.
Yeah, that's probably the difference. You're right.
It probably is. I think if you played it with all your mates who love the Predator films, then I imagine you would get a lot more out of it, because you know what I mean? Because you're having fun with your mates while you're enjoying this.
No, that's
game.
it. I mean, we when I go meet up with them, we're supposed to meet up for our weekend away that we do every year, just before lockdown happened, and at least half of that would have been Smash Bros and Mario Kart and stuff like that, which they're fun, obviously, but they're not like there's 8 blokes who are just getting drunk and playing Mario Kart. We're not living in 2001.
Yeah.
But that's because our console only does that we've brought along. If I wouldn't bring a PS4 along to play this Predator game. But if I lived in my old flat with my mates coming around and we all played this, we'd probably have a whale of a time on it. That was the sort of thing we did when I first moved out. We'd have all these games, we'd be just smashing through them, having a great time. So yeah, it sounds spot on for that. It's a shame. You're right. It's not as fun with strangers, is it? I suppose.
I imagine not. And like I say, because like people are. I only had it once. It's crossplay as well, by the way. So I've got it on PC, but it's also crossplay with a PlayStation. It's in like you can play. So I'm playing with PlayStation players as well as PC players. So it's like it was in a game where there wasn't anyone else to connect to. There was only me and one other guy as soldiers and one predator. So it was 2v1. We didn't stand a chance because he can take 2 of us on. He can't take 4 of us on. I don't know why. Because it only happened once on the stream. It only happened once. For some reason, it was just like, I don't know why, it just didn't connect us with any other people. So imagine this game relies on people. If this game doesn't have the audience, it will die pretty quick. Which is kind of why I wanted to get it on release as well, because I wanted to actually play it with people rather than.
I suppose it's probably got limited mileage in terms of once you've been the Predator a few times. And
but this is where the thing of like doing that, like leveling up the Predator and getting all the different abilities and getting different weapons and waiting for different content. I imagine they're going to update the content with new missions and new like maps, I presume. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on it. But from what I played of it, I kind of enjoyed it. So. Take that for what you will. What else have I played? I'll tell you what else I've played. For some random reason, well, no. Someone at the weekend tweeted something about if you liked BioShock, you need to play Prey.
Prey's rubbish.
Prey is. I wasn't a massive fan of it when it came out. The newest one, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've heard multiple people say this now. And I thought, I know I own that, so I thought, I'll go and play Prey. So I opened Steam up, couldn't find it. I was like, don't know where it is. Don't have a clue where it is. It's not in my Steam library. I must have got it on Xbox then. Went through I waited 45 minutes for the update to do on the Xbox. Got onto the Xbox, it's not on the Xbox either. I was like, I know I own it. I've made a video on it. So I went through the MGP video library going, where it's in here somewhere. I played the opening hour or so of this game. I know I did. And then I come to a realisation after I bought it again on PC, because I refused to buy it again until I knew where it was. I think I just bought a PS4 Pro when it came out, so I think I bought it on PS4, and because I didn't gel with it, I must have got rid of it at a certain point. So, and it was a £5 on CD keys, so through Kev's link. So I got it for a £5, and I've played the opening hour or so again of that, and I have enjoyed it. The opening hour or so with what I've played of it, I didn't find it as hard. I put it on easy because I remember this game being very frustrating with the mimics. The mimics can turn into all sorts of stuff. It's kind of like a horror. It's like a thriller horror type thing, where it's like you've got these mimics and can turn into anything, and at any point, any time. If you pick something up, it can turn into an enemy. It can kill you. I was like, it's kind of but I've enjoyed what I've played. You have to look
for things that are out of place.
You only look for there's like, why is there 3 chairs? There's only 2 desks here, and the chairs on the floor tipped over. You're like, what? And you kind of just got to watch for everything. You're like, why is there like an odd number of things there? That seems weird. Why is that?
It's really good. They've got that down, but you have to just look and go, that's not right, and then they change, or you can freeze it. Or whatever.
You got that the goo gun or whatever it is, and you shoot like glue out all over the floor, and you just kind of just stick them where they are. I was like, I remember doing all that stuff, and I was like, it seems really cool. So, and like I said, I know people speak very highly of it. I did that. That's where I stopped. Where you get this ability upgrade type thing, and he gets like the gun thing, and he kind of puts it up to his face, and his needle comes out, and just kind of horrible. Yeah.
And the way that the game opens, like at the start, when you realise that you're not where you're supposed to be.
That's cool. To be fair, that is really cool.
That is excellent. I have never seen an opening quite like that. I was like, it bugged me out. I was like, what is happening here? And like, I was in and out around it, just trying to figure out how they did that, but it's really good.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much I'll play of it. Again, hopefully I'll get the itch to go back to it, but I was like, I just wanted to... I was more determined to play it after the fact that I spent over an hour trying to find it in a library somewhere that I didn't know where it was, and I was dumbfounded as to where it was. And I was like, well, I've got to play it now. I've just bought it and installed it in rage. So we're going to play it. So I played the first hour at least, and like I said, I enjoyed it much more than I anticipated. Like, because it didn't grab me the first time I played it. So
no,
yeah,
it's a peculiar game because I never
it's
played
weird,
the first one.
Look, and I can see the comparisons to people said, like, if you like BioShock, this game should be for you. I can see that very much so. It's very like eerie and dark and creepy.
Don't quite know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so that's it's been one of the few things I've played other than my usual, like I say, Animal Crossing. There's been new bugs and what have you this week. New bugs, new fish this week, today even. It's all good.
I caught a pond skater and a purple butterfly.
That sounds nice. That sounds good. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. I made big money in the stock market this week. I'm a billionaire now. I have.
Billionaire?
Absolute loser.
You want to be a billionaire? What are you on about?
I would not say that word.
I don't.
I've had over $1 million bells multiple times.
I'm not saying it like. It was one of the things that I got unlocked for one of the Nook Mile things. You know, like one of them the phrases that you can have. It was one of them was billionaire, and I found it quite amusing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I made like 1.9 million on the turnips this week because I mean, to be fair, it was because Louis, one of the guys that's on my stream, he had a turnip price of 490. This was it yesterday, and my turnips have never been higher than 74 this week. And I thought I was on the way for a big loss because I put 400 grand into it last Sunday. So I was going to be losing money big time. No, I'm not. I paid off my loan and I'm on the last loan now. And you're right, Kev. There's no incentive to ever pay that loan back.
Yeah, I haven't paid off the last one.
I was like, I don't know what... Because he says, like, I haven't got anything else to upgrade you. I was like, okay, then I'll never talk to you again then. See you later.
Yeah. I'll just keep my 2.5 million bells debt. Thanks, and just build up a bank balance to earn interest.
I do not need to... there must be something. I'm going to have to Google it because there is no incentive to ever pay him back. And it's like, it's 2.5 million. And... I was like, why would I pay it back? I've got the basement now. You're surplus to requirements now, Tom Nook. You're not needed. So yeah, but to be fair, he's put a maze in the game today in Maze Island.
Trying to keep you
May Day,
so you pay back his mortgage.
Yeah, he's trying to keep you occupied. Yeah,
he's going to go and take his basement back.
He did pop up to the when I went into the town planning place, and he went, "Oh yeah, we've done the." We've done the basement. Yep, you've got the best house in the town now. Yeah, just the little thing of the payment of 2.1 million. Okay, see you later, Tom. See you later. See you later. Didn't hear you. I'm out the door. Never mind. So, but yeah, that game continues to be the only thing realistically that I play. That I mean, the other night I forgot that I hadn't done any of my rocks or something like that. And it's just like 11:30 at night. I was like, okay, I'll go get my Switch, and we go and do the rocks. I need the money at the money rock. I haven't got any of the items off my tree, you know, the item out of the trees yet. I was like, I've got to do that as well. And then apparently I'm getting new nicknames and stuff like that, and all sorts of stuff like that. It's a truly great game, and as soon as they knew full well when the games would start wearing thin, and they have pumped more life into it with new bugs, new events, new things going on, and it's been good.
It was surprising that Kev had said, "Oh, I'm running out of stuff to do," and literally within a day, he was like, "Oh, splendid."
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they had
they know how long it takes to get to that point.
It's weird how you were so on it though. That exact moment, it's like I wouldn't have pegged you to be the average gamer.
I would say I'm probably not the average because I've played the hell out of this game. I would imagine me and Pab are probably probably in quite a small group to have pretty much done everything and unlocked everything at this stage. I know you haven't yet, have you, Anna? Because you're playing it like a normal person.
Yeah, I'm just playing it now.
It bugs me they've acted on this so quick, and yet I have to wait till June for them to bring out the next Pokemon bit.
But they're focusing on their big game first, and then they'll worry about Pokemon later.
All right. It's weird. I mean, they're charging 25 quid for that as well, but maybe they've not finished it. I don't know. But it's annoying me that lockdown will finish and then they'll bring out their update. They'll be like, "Where were you a week ago?"
Yeah, it seems to have come out ideal time, really, hasn't it? And I like that people can time travel all they want in this game. They will not get the things that they want out of it, in the sense of all these events and what have you, like the Easter event and the May event and what have you, it all comes as part of an update.
Yeah, that's brilliant. The fact you can go forward to Christmas and it's not Christmas because it's not on the cartridge the way it always used to be. There's not really much point in time travelling now. Yeah,
the only reason you would time travel, like I say, I would, if I wanted to, if say I missed the turnips and I potentially go back in time to the morning and go back to normal time. That's the only way I would consider it. But I've never done it. I'd just have my 1,000 rotting turnips in my kitchen forever as a reminder to never miss the turnips again. Yeah. Yep, I've done that today.
Because I'm on turnip jeopardy at the moment. As we record, I still have 1,000 turnips in my kitchen that I bought for like 98 bells each. So we're going into Saturday. There were 62 bells at close of business today. So
not good.
I know. I need
two
more rolls of the dice.
Have they been on the downturn all week though? Has the price been low?
One day when they were, I think, like Tuesday, they were maybe up to 104. So I would have made a small profit on Tuesday.
But have they been falling?
There's not been a big day yet. So I'm hoping tomorrow.
See, mine didn't go fall. Mine have fallen every day. The highest price was Monday at 74, and they've fallen every single day since. I'm in the 50s now. So, and someone in my stream was saying, like, this is all this, like, data and graphs and stuff like that as to, like, whether because someone was saying you need to sell it now because you're on the downturn. I was like, whoa, what you're on about? And it was like, there's got these graphs and stuff they've been studying, and, like, we can predict what the price is going to be and what your things are, and you're going down. I was like, nah, it'll come. And I'm glad I got out when I did. I'm glad that Louis was there with a high price for me to get out of jail with that, because I got lucky. The previous week I got lucky because the shop was being renovated on the Friday, so we had no choice but selling last Saturday, and I got away with it. I bought for 103 and sold for 109. I made tiny profit last week. This week I've made tons.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do we call turnips something different in the UK?
No.
I don't think we've ever had a turnip. I don't even know what a turnip looks like.
Turnip looks like a small Swede.
Mm-hmm. What? I'm thinking
you don't know what a Swede is,
the people of Switzerland. Sweden.
You know what a Swede is, don't you?
I don't. Hang on, I'm googling turnips.
You're a vegetarian. How do you not know vegetables? These are basic stew ingredients.
How often do you have stew?
Quite regularly.
I don't.
Yeah, I have Swede.
I probably, for all I know, it's probably one of the many chunks of stuff in the chunky stuff that Claire gets from Tesco.
It almost certainly is.
Oh, brilliant.
She gets like a vegetable bag full of smushed up vegetables that she makes.
Yeah, there's going to be some Swede in there. Definitely going to be some Swede in there.
You got like Swede and carrots.
Is that turnip as well?
Turnips are smaller than Swedes, but they're very similar.
I don't think I'm just looking at
they
turnips.
They can kind
now
of be used interchangeably, I think.
I don't think I've bought a turnip.
I've had turnip.
Intentionally in my life. Looking at these, I don't think I've ever seen one of these in the flesh. I may have seen chunks of one in a dish before, but
well, you know what, Sheepdog? As soon as lockdown is over, I will bring you a turnip and blow your mind.
I think you need to. I thought they were like parsnips. I was just assuming. Yeah, it's another word for parsnip.
Well, My dad did used to group when I was growing up. He used to group them with parsnips because he would ask my mum for nips because he wanted nips.
That's not what he was referring to. Show me your nips. Get your nips out.
Yeah, she would ask him what veg he wanted with dinner, and he'd ask for nips, meaning parsnips and turnips.
I mean, when you Google turnip, all the pictures are of parsnips and turnips side by side, like they are brethren.
Yeah, they're the nips.
But okay, do they taste like parsnips?
Kind of like a. Yeah, it's like a. Yeah, just yeah. They all taste the same. All these root veg, apart from carrots. Carrots are a bit sweeter, obviously, but
I know what a carrot is.
All the other root veg taste roughly the same.
I was going to say obviously, but then I thought it's probably obvious to the rest of the world what a turnip's like. But
yeah,
I've been living in a turnip-free world.
They're another one of these veg that you need a sharp knife to peel, otherwise you're going to be there all day.
I wouldn't even know where they were in Tesco's.
With the vegetables, Sheepdog.
Yeah, but I went through there earlier. I bought my sand. I walked past the bananas.
You almost certainly walked past Swedes, at the very least. Maybe not turnips. But you would have walked past Swedes.
I didn't ask the people what nationality they were as I walked past
Right,
them.
we're going to end this podcast because I need to educate you.
I haven't talked about my games yet.
Oh, go on then. You did. You talked about Gears Tactics and stuff.
That was it.
Oh, I thought that's all you'd played. You're supposed to be doing a dissertation.
I had an hour on
Continue, Anna.
So I finished the Outer Worlds.
Oh, you finished it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I put it in. I had an hour to do.
Really?
And I'd finished it. I turned it on. I had no idea what I was doing or why. I just thought, right, I'll carry on. I'm sure I'll get the gist of what I'm doing. Yeah, I finished it.
Nice.
Yeah.
How would you rate it as a game?
It's alright to pass the time, but
a glowing review.
That makes me feel better.
I don't know. I think when it came out, I enjoyed it, but then I don't know. Some game came out and I put it down and didn't go back to it, and then I went back to it. What the thing was that I didn't get is like you had all these vending machines and they had all this stuff in it, but I didn't know what most of it did. Not a clue. Like I had all these health, I knew they were for health, but they had different stats to them, and I don't know what half of them did. Oh, I couldn't bother to read like the 100.
You completed it without them, so they can't have been that important.
Yeah. So I finished that. I was like, yay. DLC? No, there isn't any. So I finished that, and then I went on Assassin's Creed Odyssey just because I had the Atlanta DLC and I was playing it, and it's basically I have to go here and there, break something, and then go to the next place and break something. There's no story. It just seems a bit odd. I don't like it. So
They're focusing on their Viking one now, aren't they?
That looks so good though. Oh my gosh. I watching that. I was like, yep. Can I play as a girl? Yep. Excellent. Cannot wait for that. And then yesterday I put in Watch Dogs 2 and I've played about 3 hours of it. Watch Dogs 2. Yeah. I don't know why. I just wanted something.
It's a good game, that one.
It is. I didn't want to be sword fighting, and I didn't want to be going around shooting guns in Fallout or anything. I just wanted some modern. I just wanted like a modern place game. I wanted cars and I wanted tech and on Watch Dogs. I do like number 2 a lot. I did like number 1 as well. I don't know why people got mad at it, but Watch Dogs 2 is funny. It pokes a lot of fun at itself, and I like that. I like that it's funny and just has references that I understand, like Johnny Five from the movies. I when they made that reference, like, I know what that is, and then they've got like, instead of Google, you've got Noodle as in their maps, and it just mirrors, like, they're saying your data is worth more than your actual person. I was like, because I've been having a lot of, ever since I've been signing up to like these job sites to find a job, I've been getting really random emails. So I think these job sites are passing my information along, and I'm getting really weird emails. It's very strange. But yes, I played that for a little bit, and now I'm playing just because I keep hearing about it. ESO.
Okay.
I've just seen a dragon. And for some reason, I don't know how this has happened, but according to my PlayStation account and trophies, I have never played this game, but I know I have, but I believe I played it on the Xbox. So I don't.
A reasonable explanation.
I have it on here, and I wanted to go to Somerset, but I've somehow went into elsewhere, and there's a dragon, and I don't know how to get to Somerset, so I want to go to where it's all green and stuff. But at the moment, I'm looking at a Khajiit who wants me to go into a cave to go and kill some necromancers, I think. I don't know. But that's on this evening. But my weekend will be dissertation ending weekend.
Nerd.
That needs to be in on Monday.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, Monday I have to get that in by 2 p.m. So that'll be fun.
Easy. You'll get that started tomorrow morning.
Well, people are already having issues sending it in. Someone tried to send theirs in on the Turnitin, and she says it's not working. And I was like, don't tell me that. But like, mine's not even up to 8,500 words yet, so I should be fine. But I've been told to put it to a PDF and then send it that way. So I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to read it, make sure it's fine, and add something. I need to add like a few hundred words because it's not at the word count and it's bugging me.
Just put white text in.
No, I think I don't think I've added anything on ethics. I don't remember talking about that, so I might go back and have a look and put ethics in it. There's so much nonsense in it. It's ridiculous. But...
yeah, don't let them know that you think ethics are nonsense.
No, not ethics. I mean the whole dissertation.
It's nonsense.
It is nonsense, but the thing is, you don't. Your mind just melts, and you just.
Oh yeah, mine definitely had.
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh my god.
To round off games, then I just want to say, and I'm not going to go too long on it because I've definitely covered this more than enough times over the years. But they've managed to make Pokemon Go more sheepdoggy than ever. Now you can raid from home remotely at any gym you can see if you've got a remote raid pass.
Oh, is that what that was doing?
As long as you can spin stops from further away now, which if they'd have made it a little bit further, I wouldn't have had to leave my house at all. But yeah, it's been quite fun. I've got 4 or 5 gyms in the vicinity of my house, and when a raid pops up, I can just nip in and beat it. You live near quite a lot of gyms, Kevin, so if it gets warm enough out that you install it, you can...
He did install it the other day.
I was sat in a warm car the other day, so I installed it.
Sunday.
You just felt yourself go above like 15 degrees and your phone started doing it. I often, when it gets hot out, I do sometimes think, I wonder if Kev's going to install Pokemon. It's very hot today. I was wearing shorts the other day. Yeah, they're doing this event. They're doing for this week. It's the Gen 1 event, and you have to complete there's a throwback challenge, Kanto. If you complete that this week, next week it's throwback challenge, I think it's Johto, the next region, and then the Hoenn's the 3rd region, and Sinnoh's the 4th region. If you do all 4, so you have to do all the challenges every week, then they have a championship challenge the 5th week. At the end, all of these give you like a Mewtwo, a special legend with another one. There's like 4 legends you get for completing each one, and then I think in the 5th week you get a special one that I paid for like a month ago, and I get another one at the end of this. And everyone who didn't pay would get it again at the end of this. But yeah, they're ramping it up. It's the usual. It's getting a bit warm. Let's start piling in the stuff for people to do.
We call it the Kev promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, my gyms are just telling me I need to walk closer to them. So.
Yeah, you can't spin them from far away. You can spin them from further away than normal. So like if I walk to Tesco car park, I can spin the gym. But you can raid them from far away now. They're giving you 3 free passes, and then you can get more passes with coins. But But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. It means that I don't have to keep nipping out. Well, I still do to take a gym and get some coins, but someone messaged me saying, I'm in Tesco's if you want to do a raid. And so then we just did a raid, me from my kitchen, him from Tesco car park. And it was just glorious. It was brilliant. I just called Ollie into the living room and said, let's do a raid. And he got Claire's phone out and started raiding as well. And I just thought, this is nice. I like this. This feels almost like the before times again. But yeah, it's a nice feature. I worry that when everything lifts, they're just going to steal all this away from us, because you can do unlimited battles on the player v player battle thing. I've done 939 battles this month. That's absurd.
It's the 1st of May, Sheepdog. That's quite impressive.
Oh, well, all right, last month. Sorry, this round. They do like a monthly round. This was supposed to have finished yesterday, but they found a bug, so they're extending it out a week. So I might see if I can get that to 1,000, because that is absurd. I spent a lot of time doing battles. I've only won 473 of them as well, so I suck at this game.
Yet you play it every day.
Yeah, excessively. But no, I like it. I like it when they ramp up their summer stuff, because I've obviously had the barren period of winter where I've just been kind of scraping along. I'm done.
Well, are we all done?
Yes.
Because I've reached the point where I'm looking at puppets on Amazon, so I need to get off the computer.
Why are you looking at puppets?
Again,
sometimes when I run
time.
out of stuff to do, I just start looking at puppets, and I've picked one that I quite like, so I need to turn it off before I buy it.
Is it a human puppet or an animal puppet or a monster?
It's a bird.
You could do some videos for that.
Exactly. I think I could justify it. I'm reading the reviews to see if my hand will fit in it.
If you did like a kids' YouTube series of your hand puppet talking, you could sell books, films.
I'm thinking this will be the way to get rid of the family-friendly thing and just have my puppet swear for me.
Oh, wow.
If I want to say something really offensive, make the puppet say it.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. I can't control him.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm sat here thinking. When I'm streaming, I could just have a foul-mouthed puppet sat next to me.
It's basically our uni days all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. Right. We're going to wrap that up. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's MGUK Podcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab1986 on Twitter and Twitch.
All right, Mr. And Twitch.
Mm.
I'm also on Twitch and other places too, but I don't mention them at the end of the podcast. You
No, you have to put them in
YouTube,
descriptions for everything. Like you really... links to CD keys and all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
When are you changing that to P-Bug anyway?
I'm not.
Yeah.
It's too late.
P-Bug.
I can't. I've got too much branding in Pab. I can't change to P-Bug now. It's too late.
See you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.